Let's move further. You, as just I've told you just basically that you need to pressurize yourself in listening to English audio and video. The more your mind aggregates English words, the better your mind will be at retaining those vocabularies. And if it learns how to retain those vocabularies, trust me, it will actually utilize those vocabs at the time when you need to speak. So it is one of the most important things that you need to do is to listen to English words whenever you come across it. Whenever you listen to anything like the people are talking in English, you should stay there. You should aggregate the topic that's going on. You should listen to English videos if you come across it. You should tell your YouTube feed that, excuse me, hey YouTube, I want more English videos, bro, and it will start doing it. Understood? Now, see, and if you know at least an amount of English which is, so-so, okay for you. But how can you enhance it? If you are already at a level where you understand English, you'll be able to understand what people talk about, but at the time when you speak, you stutter, you feel underconfidence. At that point of time, what piece of action should you pursue? What should you do in order to deal with that kind of situation? See, here's what it goes. In order to develop your speaking skill, it's not just about English, make it sure. Whether you speak Chinese, Japanese, let's say you're talking about, let's say, have an example of Russian. It doesn't even matter what language you pursue. So the most important skill that you can ever aggregate is the way how you utilize those vocabularies, the way how you utilize those understandings of a particular language. It's nothing. See, a language is a bridge that bridges two of the people. For example, you meet a guy who is German and you're Indian. Your English is good, your Hindi is good, and his German is good. Now when you meet, there's a bridge which we call English can make you interact to each other. It does nothing, just makes you interact to each other. So in order to build this bridge, there are certain actions that you need to pursue. Let's talk about those actions. As it is illustrated here, that in order to be good at speaking, you need to be good at listening. That's exactly what you're doing in this video. For example, for the recent 5 to 6 months, you're following Business Spoken English. For 5 to 6 minutes, you're watching this particular video in order to make yourself good at speaking, right? When you listen to anything, your mind does nothing other than aggregating the number of words. When you watch a video, when you listen to a podcast, when you hear anyone speaking, your mind aggregates those words. And once it does, it keeps it for future references. For example, you heard something really crucial about ongoing situation of COVID-19. Let's say you heard about ongoing new education policy. Whenever you will be talked about, whenever you come to a situation where people are talking about new education policy 2020, you will start speaking. Why? Because your mind has already heard it earlier. That's how it goes. So, after being a good listener, you need to be good at using simple vocabularies. See, it is one of the most crucial things that you need to take care of. See, at first, you will feel that the best amount of vocab should I utilize in conversations. Your mind will fool you. ये आपको ऐसा believe कराएगा, ऐसा आपको feel कराएगा that the higher level of words you use, the better speaker you are. It doesn't work like that. Understood? Imagine you're speaking complete fluent English, like with UK accent, US accent, and the person with whom you're conversating, you're conversing, he doesn't understand. He doesn't understand. So there's no use of those, high-level English. So it's nothing other than a medium of exchange of thoughts. So your main purpose should be the exchange of thoughts, understanding the people better and making the people understand in a best way. That's exactly what your goal should be. Now let's proceed further. Other than just learning simple vocabulary, vocabularies and utilizing them in your conversation. You should also try to avoid doing errors, but make sure that you will pressurize yourself on fluency other than mistakes that you commit. See, at first it is obvious. See, a new child gets born and within 2 to 3 years when it starts speaking, it does not say that main khata hu or main khati hu. It always does mistake, right? If it's a male, it will keep saying main khati hu. If it has heard it for several time. So your mind is nothing like it just your mind has two components. First is ongoing RAM, and second is ROM. You should pressurize the number of words keeping into ROM. Understood? That's your fundamental memory. It keeps everything that you come across. You should concentrate paying attention on this itself. Now make sure you will avoid the errors, but if you did error, you will not concentrate upon it. You will not be demotivated on the same. Now further, you should also keep developing your intonations. See, intonation is the process of speaking statements in such way that your voice module explains more than you explain. Your non-verbal gestures work more than you work. Understood? So when you speak anything and you have it doesn't look like a translation, so it means your intonation is already at a good level. You understand this intonation really better. Intonation is like when you're afraid, when you're completely terrified, you need to feel that feeling inside and speaking in the same feeling. Understood? Now let's proceed further. Now, you also supposed to practice frequently. The more you practice makes a man perfect. And if you're a woman, you can also be perfect. See, the more practice is done by you, the better you'll be at speaking. See, from childhood till now, you've been brushing your teeth from right hand, right? Imagine brushing it from left. You'll feel awkward. How does it go? It doesn't look like you're doing any action which you have been doing for years. But when you use a different way of doing that particular work, your mind feels that it's new to me. I'm not be able to proceed further. That's exactly how it goes when you speak English. See, at the time when you don't use it for upcoming 1 month, and suddenly you came to a situation where you need to speak it, you'll be out of your mind. Instead, you'll speak any bullshit, any random. So you should pressure on being disciplined at the time of speaking. Utilizing your times in order to talk to your friends, listening to English news, watching English videos. Let's say even you can focus on podcast, English news channels, English, let's say newspapers, anything that you come across. And if you feel that it's helping in the process of learning English, trust me, you should proceed further towards that. Let's learn further. You can also practice tongue twisters. It's one of the most complex things that you can ever come across. If you know Hindi, then you might have heard of some tongue twisters like Chandu ke chacha ne Chandu ki chachi ko chandi raat mein chandi ke chowk, this one. When you come to English, then she shells by the seashore. और इसके जैसे और भी बहुत सारे होते हैं like Bunty bought some butter, but the butter was better, so Bunty bought more butter to make the bitter butter better. Bunty bought some butter, but the butter was better, so Bunty bought more butter to make the bitter butter better. So it's nothing, it's tongue twister. The more tongue twisters you practice, the better you'll be at pronouncing things in the pronunciation process. It'll help your mouth to work quicker. Understood? In tough situations, it'll actually help you. Let's proceed further. You can also concentrate upon your pronunciation. Understand? The way how you speak in it, the way how you pronounce any word. It actually is crucial if you're teaching anyone else. Because once you did a mistake and your future generation is learning it, so somewhere you destroy. Understand? The uniqueness of language. So somewhere in the pronunciation of things, accent of things, let's say. We have already talked about intonation of words. You should concentrate upon these things so that you can be best at speaking. See, the most important thing is confidence. Even if you speak wrong, even if you did done some mistakes, but the way how you're speaking feels like your smile is there, your confidence is there, your boldness is there, your courage is there, your explanation skill is up to the mark. then the mistake that you commit will not even look like a mistake, because your confidence will already manage rest of the things. So somewhere making eye contact and having a smile, at least using the polite language, will go a long way. It will help you to be a better person and make this world a better place for everyone. Let's proceed further. Now, we have just got to know one of the most important skills of this 21st century. That is your spoken English. Why not to know? Can we do a particular activity which can actually enhance this spoken English? Yes, there are certain skills that you need to pursue. There is certain activity that you can pursue in order to be good at spoken English. These skills are one of the easiest skills that you can take in your life, and trust me, you will have a rapid growth in spoken English. Let's start with the first one. Using flashcards. See, it might look odd to you, but you can use alternative of your phone. See, if you have a flashcard, a card, upon which one side you're keeping the word, and at back of the side you're writing the meaning of the word, along with an example of sentence, using them in sentence. If you use this, then trust me, the words, and I've not request you to write millions of words, only the words which you come across on daily basis, which you think is relevant to your life. For example, if you're a student, then the words that you might come across as discipline, solitude, like words like them. Only learn these words. Keep it in a flashcard, and trust me, just once in a while, when you have no work, just have a glance at that. Try to learn it, and trust me, it'll go a long way. Other than using flashcards, you can also use brainstorming. Sitting along with friends and then discussing about matters, not the crucial matter like Operation Sindoor or any big and grand topic which already the world is talking about. No, it can be as easy as your life. It can be as easy as your routine. It can be as easy as your daily, grooming technique. It's as easy as how fair you are, you enhance your skill, how good you are at a particular skill, how like any piece of work that you commit and you feel that you're good at it, talk about it. Have some friends and let them concentrate regarding this. It's called brainstorming. It does not need to be formal. It's not necessary that you're speaking accurately. You're not doing any type of mistake. You need to do tons of mistakes, and trust me, these will be stones that will build your fortress, and you need to collect these stones. Further, you can also utilize a mind map in order to learn it. Now, what do we call mind map? It's like, make a circle. For example, let's say I made a circle, and inside which I write school. Okay, I've written a word school, and now inside this circle, write 10 words which you think is really familiar with schools. For example, when you learn the word school, along with that, the most important, sometimes boring as well, like discipline, punctuality, essays, classwork, homework, teachers, let's say management, examinations, evaluations, these words are related to school. So use a mind map. For example, you can see here, they have written a word land, and upon land there are certain vehicles that work. They have written tractor, subway, trolley, bus, train, motorbike, automobile, and food. See, this mind map will help you to learn 15 to 20 words just from one circle. And it's a great way of learning vocabularies, because it's like a bunch of vocabularies all together. It's like a bucket of vocabularies. You just learn one word and rest of the words will follow as for that. Okay, let's proceed further. See, till now you learned a lot. It's been 17 minutes since you're learning this session. And trust me, this session that you're learning at this time will pay you off in great value if you utilize these in your life. Next skill, the next piece of action that I'll request you to do is practicing through games. See, if you learn in a boring way, you purchase Oxford Dictionary or you purchase any translation and you start learning that, trust me, it's one of the most boring actions that you can ever pursue. And your mind only concentrates upon something that gives it pleasure, that makes it motivated, that, enhances its happiness. If you choose any of the boring activities, for example, learning translations, learning tenses, or concentrating on grammar, it will actually make you bored. Do nothing but will make you bored. So rather, try learning it with the help of games. For example, have 2 or 3 friends, just say a word, next person will make word from the last letter of your word. For example, you said apple, the next person will say elephant, the next person will say tortoise. So it keeps going and it will help you to learn tons of vocabs just in 5 minutes. Next, I would request you to learn new words with the help of networks. Understood? Walk, catwalk, walker, walks, walked. Just like that. Beam, sunbeam, beamer, beams, beamed. Just like that. Cross, crossbar, crossing, crosses, crossed. Love, loving, lovingly, lovely. Just like prince, princess. And just learn one word and try to use, remove, restructure those prefixes and suffixes of that particular word. And trust me, you will come across a new word. And it's a great way of learning new vocabularies. Let's proceed further. Now let's have just 10 tips which can enhance your speaking skills quickly. First, be confident. You commit mistake and you should be proud of it. Like, yes, I'm committing mistake. Next, improve your body language. See, your confidence is all about your body language. When you speak anything, your mind, let's say you're narrating something. Your body language accumulates 91% of what you speak, and rest of 9%, just 9% of your speaking comes from your verbal. See, non-verbal and verbal communication both are crucial in communication, but non-verbal works more than 91%, whereas verbal communication is all about just 9%. Why you should concentrate upon that particular 9? It's a very, let's say, if you're just explaining the point and that point is really serious, but you act like a robot, so it's obvious that your non-verbal skill is somewhere, missing its point. So you should concentrate upon your body language, hand gestures, facial expressions, body movement, eye gesture, everything about your body and physics. Next, also you should focus on pronunciations really correctly. It will help you to come across like a situation where people judge you differently. You will usually come across, because spoken English helps you to come in a formal world. Understood? And formal world, it's somewhere we can say that we judge each other from just one mistake committed. Practice is all that you need. Afterwards, you can also focus on developing your voice. You can use the right word at different situations. Being accurate, but you should you should concentrate more on fluency than being accurate. Coming tons of mistakes, but make sure along with those mistakes, your speed should not stop. That's your main priority. Other than this, there are hundreds of things that you can learn, like maintaining eye contact, using your empathy, being specific upon the point that you are elaborating, having group discussion, being patient, leading a discussion, supporting words with the help of gestures, not being afraid of mistakes that you take, talking in front of a mirror, having onion discussion, being brief, telling a story, reading more and more, joining an English club, speaking clearly, having positive body language, being concentrated, being positive, using phrases, asking questions, be aware of your strengths and weaknesses, being a good listener, organizing ideas logically. There are tons of things. You just utilize it and trust me, it improves you. Now, if a person reads very well, then what's that a person is. Like, how does a person look like when its reading skill is appropriate? See, its nose will be sniffing the interesting reading material. Head will be being used for generating positive thinking. Eyes will be used for making judgments and decisions and predictions. Mouth will be used for asking questions during reading and answering them. Heart will be using for active reading and visualization of the explanation that is provided. West, stomach will be using an appetite for daily reading. West will be being used for always avoiding wasting time, and knees will be being used for being ready to bend and become a flexible reader. And last but not the least, the feet will be being used of being ready to put plans into actions and tackle those structures. Now, with the help of this session, you've understood that spoken English contains different, set of practices that you need to do. I wish you have made notes of it. If you didn't, trust me, just go to comment. I've already made a short note. Just the most important, piece of actions that you need to pursue in order to be good at speaking. Stay ahead in spoken English world with the help of Vision Spoken English. Stay connected with me, and I'll come across many more videos just like this. If you like this content, kindly like, share, and subscribe. Stay connected with Vision Spoken English. Please take care of yourself. See you in the next one.